Peekaboo. So today is the 25th, Saturday, and I woke up at like 5:30 in the morning, and I started in Pula this morning. I'm now taking the ferry over to Zadar, and I did a bunch of planning on the ferry, a bunch of booking. So I've got a sailing trip booked already. I've got accommodation for the next like 5 days ahead, and I did a bunch of planning the other day, so I know I am going to split after I go to Zadar, then the Plitzic Lakes, and then yeah, I'll end up in Split. So I've now arrived in Zadar from the ferry, and played a bit of peekaboo with one of the two little kids there. You know when the kids, they just like start turning back at you and start giggling, you don't know why. Anyway, they started doing that, so I went peekaboo to them, and then I spent the next half an hour saying peekaboo to them. Well, they're mostly saying peekaboo to me, in all these weird different voices. Anyway, I'm now in Zadar, so the plan for the rest of the day is to basically, I got 2 hours until I can check into the hostel, so I'm just gonna go chill out, get some food, check out Zadar, the old town, and then once I check in, I'm just gonna chill out for the rest of the day, I reckon. I'm pretty exhausted, need to do some editing, wouldn't mind doing some writing, and I've done all my booking, so tomorrow, actually technically I haven't booked this, but tomorrow the plan is to head to one of the national parks that was recommended to me by a local Croatian guy. So I'm going to go check that out tomorrow, and then the next day I'm going to go do a sailboat tour. It's not technically a sailboat, but it's a boat. It takes you to places. So that's the plan. Yeah. Hey, this is nice. I have no idea what to expect in Zadar, so she'll be what she is. So far, pretty good. Just a reminder that Romans have indeed, as always, been here. So this seems to show prior to reconstruction what it was looking like. So you can see that the big like pole thing is here, as well as this top of the church tower. So that should orientate us. And there's the cathedral or church or something. That's it from another angle. And then they got a little something else over here as well. Man, that thing is really shut up. So they've done a good job of reforming this. And you can see the ruins here as well that were in those photos. And we just placed stones all around them so people can walk around it. And you can even get down here, there's even more. There's a bunch of like old stones and pillars and all that down here. You see it, good. So Zadar is apparently literally built on top of ruins. So they've placed all this walking area elevated above the ruins, and then they have all over the town, they have these like glass panels so that you can see through and then see the ruins below it. And then all around there's ruins above as well. Old forts, pillars everywhere. There's like old towers everywhere, and there's the original wall as well. And then there's like old buildings everywhere as well. Today is the 26th of July. Last night I went out with the girls and some other guys from my dorm, and we went to a bar and just had a couple of chill drinks. I was meant to go on a ferry to go to one of the islands to check out the national park, but yeah, that didn't happen. And kind of glad it didn't, because man, I am just exhausted. And I really should do the editing. But I've been walking along here. I just need to go pick up some new toothpaste because I left it at the last hostel. And I want to check out the churches, so I'm in pants. Anyway, terrible showing. The point is, look at this place. This is like a really great look at what's original and what had to be reconstructed. Like you can see it clearly up here, right? This is the original here, then this is the new. It's really interesting seeing the blend, and I really like that. I like the look of the original and reconstructed. I've also noticed there's a bunch of buildings like this which no one's living in and still need doing up. So there's still actual opportunities around the city to do up some of the buildings. Anyway, I'm gonna go to some churches since I have pants on and it's actually cooler today. Yeah, I'm gonna have to circle back to that tower. I think they were having trouble with the ticket thing, so people were coming and like trying to get out as people trying to go up the one-way staircase. I'll go to the church. So I accidentally attended mass. When I went to walk in there, they were filling up just the last few pews to do mass. Tourists were allowed in there, so I sat down and attended all of the mass, and it was really interesting. I haven't really gone to churches before. I think I've gone like 3 times, and they were with friends because I was promised it was going to be Sunday school, but it never ended up being Sunday school. It was a normal session. So I found them really boring. Anyway, yeah, so I went in there, and this was like in the big cathedrals. You would have seen me walking into the door, and yeah, they played music at the beginning, and then they sung, and then they had sermons, and then they sung some more, and then they had the money basket thing. So I put some money in that, and then they did some more singing and all that, and then so they had like a full organ and someone singing as well, and then at the end they also had praying, obviously, during parts of it, and then everyone went up and queued up for something, but I didn't do it because I'm not I don't know what they were saying, so I wouldn't know what to do, and I'm not religious. And then it rained a lot. It rained a lot, didn't it?
It is.
Yeah, with lots of thunder.
It's so cold outside, so I want to change to the long sleeve.
Yeah, it's smart. Yeah, so it was absolutely pouring on the way back. But now I reckon I'm going to go check out the city organ. It'll be fun. Anyway, onwards.
This isn't the weather I was expecting, Croatia. Oh.
Oh, shit.
Whoopsie. That one came in a bit more than I thought.
Yeah, the weather's taking a turn for the worse. I'm really hoping it's good by tomorrow. 'Cause I got that boat trip, and yeah, I'm really glad I didn't take the ferry today as well. Because otherwise I would be stuck for many more hours out on an island with no shelter. Anyway, on the good news, we're going to the organ, so the sea organ, which theoretically should play better in the storm. So that's positive. It's kind of pretty too. Sea organ. It makes noises. Admittedly, it kind of sounds like when an orchestra is like warming up. Not like an actual concert. It's not really cool. There's like, the sound comes out of I think that might just be a bug, I could be wrong. But then there's also like holes over here, right? And then sound out of here as well. And then like it gets louder the bigger the waves are. Waves are big. It's a big noise. So this is the south side of Zadar in the old town. And you can see there the main passage thoroughfare, and then you can see the gardens at the back, and that's also where the front of the fort is, because this whole place is built on top of a fort. And you can see the church down there, and then the main courtyard is down here. And you can see the Roman ruins there as well. And then over here, more Roman ruins, and then you got the, I don't know what it's called, but there's another churchy thing. And then you got your pillar in the middle of the screen there, and then more churches. And then if we come over here, this is the north side, and here is the cathedral that I attended mass at this morning, and this tower is attached to that. Oh, and the sea organ is over there. You can't see it, it's on the ground. So the place was first mentioned in any textual writing in 950 AD, but it predates that because this is built on top of the original ruins, and they were finding like statues and whatnot to like Jupiter and whatnot, the deity. So it's built on top of ancient stuff, and then in 1930 this was actually destroyed, or partially destroyed, so it's since been rebuilt, or at least part of it. Yes, I can see what they mean out of the foundations were originally Roman. You can see literally like parts of pillars or columns or whatever in the foundations, because I think the original level was, or not the original, but prior to them excavating, was about here. So if you look over here, everything's sort of built to about this height, so you can see like over there. So today's the 27th of July, and today I have a boat trip. So basically I'm going to be taking a boat that's going to stop a few times and go to an island as well, and it's going out to the archipelago of Koneti. So yeah, that's the plan. Should be good. The weather was absolutely horrible yesterday, but today it is looking great. So much happier I booked for today instead of yesterday.
5 days of freedom, riding shotgun with you. Too hard for the fast lane, we have big dreams and
Hello. So, just taking the boat tour, and we've landed at an island called Mana. And these are actually, this ruins behind me is actually a film set, which they did a really good job. But yeah, we took a boat ride up here, and we first went through the little gap between the two sort of main big islands. And then we progressed and we went through the archipelago area. It was really stunning. And then we went past these beautiful cliffs, and they were telling us that these cliffs, they may be like 50 meters high at the moment, but they actually go down another 200. So it's great for diving and all that. And yeah, then they took us to this island called Mana, and we have 2 hours here, so until 1 o'clock. And yeah, just get to explore them, check them out, check out these ruins, and do some cliff jumping apparently, somewhere. Yeah, these ruins are pretty sick. And then you have this area here, and then a little archway up here. There's a huge cliff as well. I'll show some footage of that in a minute. But definitely not going to jump off that cliff. That cliff is way too tall. You know what I'm not going to do? Jump off that. This is way too high up. Like, way, way, way too high up. I want to live. I don't think I'll live if I jump off that. Living is the ultimate goal. Okay, so I found where the cliff jumping spot is, right? But what I don't see is how the heck I get out of there. Like, it's all cliff. Like, in the literal sense. Like, what, over there? Where all the waves are crashing? It's a long way to go. These boots are made for walking, and that's what I'll do. These boots are made to walk all over. Dun 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 dun. So I'm on the other side of the other hill. So there's the ruin hill, and I'm on the other hill. Anyway, I hiked up here. It's really pretty. I mean, it's just stunning. Not many trees though. Trees are illegal here. I mean, done illegal by nature itself, of course. So it would be a pretty weird rule to put in place by Croatia. No trees. No trees on any islands. Actually, that's... I guess they're trees, huh? Limited trees on every island. Anyway, this ground is very bumpy. Oh my gosh, this is bumpy. The other side was great. This side is just bumpy. Ugh. The other side had like lots of little rocks. This one just has boulders. Sharp boulders. Just like my spite. Sharp and lethal. Also, just look how blue the water is. In the shallows, it's like actual turquoise, and then it's like blue in the deeper bits.
Kommen hier auch ganz viele Leute und feiern Tag der Kirche. Hinter gibt es riesengroßes Feld, aber leider...
So we've just stopped at the captain's house and had some beautiful lunch. really, really good. There's a bunch of cats there as well. A bunch of them with like only an eye. One even has like only one eye and a bit of an eye. Anyway, but this area here is really stunning. So it's really pretty, this area. Look at that. Stunning. I had a blast today with the boat trip. It was really awesome, and it's just great that I could go swimming because I didn't have to worry about my stuff being stolen or anything like that. Yeah, I actually got to swim. But yeah, now I just need to find food and all that. But on a depressing note, I was reading one of the plaques here, and apparently Zadar is in like one of the cross points for history where wars just keep going through. So Zadar keeps getting absolutely demolished and then keeps having to rebuild all the time. And it's happened dozens of times over history. Which apparently the worst one was in World War II. The American and Allies Air Force just bombed the absolute living hell out of the city. But anyway, please can we stop war? That would be great. God, World War II did so much damage.